Welcome to the No Limits podcast with Lisa Jakovsky. As an author, Lisa shares fellow authors whose work has a special message. Aspiring writers find these conversations inspiring and helpful for their own upcoming or current journey. In addition, Lisa's experience helps families with children or adults with special needs, or anyone interested in autism or psychology in general. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the No Limits podcast with Lisa Jakovsky.
Hello, and welcome to the No Limits podcast with Lisa Jakovsky. Today, I have Peyton with me, a writer, story consultant, and story editor of this issue that we're going to talk about today, and one of the creators for the 101 Reasons Why universe. Peyton, how are you doing today?
Hi, Lisa. I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm good. I am so excited. Oh my gosh. Can you tell us about Neko Productions and your role there?
Yes, absolutely. Neko Productions actually is this incredible company founded by Larit Topaz, and she knows and does everything animation wise. They do the animation for Sonic the Hedgehog. She also owns a school, and she teaches people from all over the world how to become animators, which is kind of amazing too, because then she has this incredible funnel of talented artists that come right up through the school and then into her world, into her company. And so I met Larit and her husband Liron years ago. They were looking for a story consultant on a project Liron was working for. So Liron is an DreamWorks animator. Animation is such a neat world in that, we'll write the scripts and we'll work on the stories. And when you see it come to life, animators are such creative people that they will add details in the pictures that are so funny, the things you would never think about. So that has been an exciting aspect of joining this team. So that was years ago. And then after working on them for one project, they kept calling, which is great. I loved working with both of them. And then Larit started to bring me into more of the Neko Productions projects, and particularly this one. She said, she called me up one day. She's like, I have a friend. He's a director. He's zany and ingenious and really outside the box. He has a cool idea. Will you listen to it? Can you help us develop the idea further? And, sight unseen, I said, yes, of course. I will work on this project. I will follow you anywhere, Larit. She has really great taste. So I just trusted her opinion immediately. And then I met Ophir, the creator, who came up with this idea. And I talked to him for a while, and he has such an effervescence and such a passion for what he's doing. It's so infectious. So after that meeting, I called Larit and I said, I would like to, I'm bursting with ideas. I think this is one lane of something that could be a part of an entire universe. Let's talk about how much bigger we can make this. And not only that, Neko Productions, they have the capacity. They have all the animators in-house. And Larit is she really is so groundbreaking in how she approaches distribution and getting projects out there. So they have all these animated series that they're doing, the Toonies. And when we pivoted, sort of actually so this started as a show. And then Larit just has her nose, her pulse on the industry. It was like, I think we need to publish a graphic novel series first of the story, own the IP, and then turn back into making shows. And I said, great, let's do it. So we did that, and that's where we're at right now.
Yeah. I think it's so incredible. I love the idea of the graphic novel. We were talking before, I was looking at the site about it, and it's so cool and interesting. I love that they're doing the graphic novel first. Can you tell us more about the novel 100 Reasons Why?
Yeah. So the general idea is all of these students who are in Mr. Gilbert's class have something that they just can't quite do or can't quite accomplish or overcome on a daily basis. And it might be something tiny, and it might be something huge. And every story within the 101 universe follows a different kid and what they're dealing with. So Danny is our protagonist of the graphic novel, and he can never seem to have his homework. He does it. Of course he does it. He's a great student. But at some point in the morning, between putting his homework in his bag and when he arrives to school,
Yeah.
he has to just, stop and save the world, which is a pretty good
Oh my
reason for not having your homework.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness. Because when you go to the site, there's 10 different parts and I'm reading them. I'm like, this is so cool. How different
It's
and
very fun.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
love the
every
fact that he
story is like,
stops and
oh,
saves
sorry,
the
go ahead.
world. No,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I mean, saves the world, saves his town, saves it. He loves his teacher. He loves his school. He is like, this kid is such a do-gooder, like such the do-gooder
Yeah.
supreme. He is, and he has such empathy, but it's not overt. It's not hitting you over the head with
Uh-huh.
it. And that's something that we love about is the story on its face is just wild and fun and a crazy
Yeah.
snowballing adventure. But there are very subtle lessons within it.
Yes.
He's coming up. He's the evil twins, of course,
Yeah.
because every great story has evil twins. He's sort of like, are you guys? Oh, I know why you're acting like this. You're lonely. I can come by and play. Like
Yeah.
he has that emotional quotient that we're trying to teach our kids. And such a
Exactly.
kindness.
And I love that too. And it makes me think of the kids that I work with. And I was just thinking, because I'm trying to find more things for them with the SEL group. And I'm thinking like, I might actually pitch this to the social worker to use it in the
Yes.
group because there's such good meanings in it, and it
Right.
is zany. It was really, really fun to read.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely loved it. Like kids would love this. It's so different and I love things like
Mhm.
that and we need more things like that. Can you tell us what is your favorite thing about the novel?
Um, Probably Jasper's backstory. Jasper. Um, I really liked the French snail backstory, and we
Oh
have this one image
yeah.
in it that's it's actually like an homage to a Eugene Delacroix photo. I studied art history in college, so I was like, wait, this is such a great moment. And he's got the Vive la France, and he's standing on top of like a stack
Yeah.
of things in a refrigerator, and it looks a lot like this painting.
It does.
Literally leading the people. Yeah. So that
Yeah.
was a particularly favorite page for me. But more so than anything, I think it's just the subtle morality of this kid. I think he's such a
Yeah.
sweetheart. And I think his dynamic with Yokono, his Oxford educated pet frog, is so funny because
Yeah.
Danny's going to do anything to save the world. But Yokono's like, you know what? We should take a different street. He's just trying to he's trying to keep Danny safe. But also he's like, we're not gonna lose homework today. We're not gonna do it. And every day, of course, they do. So their
I
dynamic is
remember
pretty hilarious.
it's absolutely hilarious. I
Mm.
remember reading that too. Like I love the fact that you have these animals in the story. Like it's not just like human based. I love the use of the animals because I feel like kids are really going to gravitate towards that and really want to listen to it. Like it's so different. You don't see this that often.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, I read the one with the snail and I read with his little friend yesterday. I'm like, this is so ridiculously cute.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
so
so
much
fun.
fun. We talked a little bit about this, but was there anything else that made you want to work for Neko Productions? Or maybe you can talk about how you got into animation and your role as a writer and consultant and editor.
This actually was what pulled me into animation. I'd had kid
Oh,
stories and ideas in the kid space before that I was just, on spec developing on my own. I have a lot of nieces. Um,
yeah.
and so they're always inspiring me to tell funny, hilarious stories. Kids are so funny.
Oh my God, they're
Just the things,
amazing.
the things that they say. I remember when Ellie was 5 years old, it's my oldest niece. I had just broken up with a boyfriend, and she thought about this for a while. And I was driving her, we were taking her to the movies,
Uh-huh.
and then she thought about it. And she was quiet in the back seat for a while, and then she said,
Oh.
"You know what? Like, you should date someone who likes some of the same things as you, but also has their own stuff going on, who knows how to cook."
5 years.
Yeah, and she gave me this laundry to list, and I'm like, I should be writing this down. This is such good advice.
I
And
know.
like, cut to now, like, actually, my husband like fits all of those, definitions. Like, great chef, you know.
That is amazing.
Um,
She knew
it's
at
so,
5 years old. I
she knew.
love
I
that.
know. But so I mean, I've always loved the kid space. Just I think it's so imaginative, and it's so freeing, and I don't want to lose that part of myself either. So animations, it's just so, and you can do anything. If you, and that's one of the rules of animation is if you can do it live action, then do it live action. But what can't you, like what can you do that you can't do live action here? And it's like it's so big. So Neko Productions is really what pulled me into like really working on animation in a serious way. And the learning curve has been very steep and very exciting. There's so many more moving parts than live action. Because I kind of came up through live action. So there's so many more moving parts. We'll send the story over to the animators, and they add so much, and then we, sometimes we have to retrofit dialogue to make a little bit more sense for whatever additions the illustrators have made in there. There's so many more collaborative minds, and there's so much more excitement. But there's also so many moving parts. So I'm like, I really, have to give a shout out to our project manager, Ariel. He really runs a great ship. There's so much going on. And I'm like, wait, what? Take me back. What's my assignment? He's really great. So, but there's just a lot of people. Yeah, it's fun. But then there's more excitement when you finish something because you all worked so hard on it.
Yeah.
And you celebrate with a team. And I think that I've always, I mean, this sounds so cliche, but I've been a team athlete my whole life. So I love collaboration. I love celebrating with other people. So yeah, it's more exciting.
That's amazing. I love that you say that because we need more of that out there. We need more of that team effort, more of that collaboration, more people who are not like all about me, me, me. I love that you say that. And I've always been told that like the animation world, people are so, so nice. I actually interviewed Rick Suval last year who, that's what made me think of it because I forget the other guy's name, but why can't I think of his name? But I emailed him and I interviewed him and someone else for Bruno because they made a character with autism. And I will never forget, they said that the animation world is like the nicest people in productions and TV. So I think that's just so amazing. I love that you guys are just so like all about teamwork and you're just so nice. It really says so much. Yeah. And I think it's so encouraging for kids too, because I work in an urban school district and, I'm trying to get them to see what it means to have good grades, what it means to do something outside what people would expect you to do, so that's why I love doing stuff like this because then I can bring it to them and try to encourage and inspire them, because they don't have anything like this.
Right.
And they love anything with like animation and music. So I can't wait to tell them all about this. They'll be so excited next week.
Oh, that's so great. Yay.
I love it. I'm so excited. This is amazing. Oh my goodness. Is there anything that's your favorite thing about working at Neko?
I mean, I think it's a team aspect because I think it's like just because it's the different aspect of having someone then draw your vision, right? Days later and getting to see that. It keeps this sort of circle of inspiration going. So you're not just like done with a scene and then it's done. It's on the page. You then see it come to life and then you have another idea of how it could be even better. So I think this sort of like this, back and forth of the inspiration. It's a very inspired process all throughout because you're seeing it come to life right away. Although I won't say right away. Animation takes a very long time, but you do see it come to life and then you're still telling the story. It's not like you've sent off your manuscript and you're done, so I think that's been a cool aspect of it.
I think that's so cool. It sounds so much better than the way live action stuff is done. It's like you see bits and pieces on TV, but then when you get to see, like when Disney shows like little things about how they do animation, you don't get to see things like that as often as you should. Hearing this, I absolutely love it. You can tell how much you love what you do.
It's been really, it's been really rewarding these past few years with Neko. It's been, this whole process is 101 world. And it's actually, we had a couple of massive hiccups right at the beginning. Not right at the beginning, almost a year into the process. We were telling a different storyline. And then we discovered that there was a TV show out of Australia that was just like it. And it was so similar that we knew people would be iffy on, people do not want to get sued for IP infringement. So And we had a big, Ophir and Larit and I had a big meeting of like, we've got to pivot. We have to find something else. And that's actually how it became bigger. So something beautiful came out of it. But at the time we were like, oh my gosh, we've done all this work on this particular storyline. It was made for school again was the initial idea. And which I think is, again, so relatable. And we're still going to explore that, but it's just going to be a secondary, storyline versus some of our primary ones. But yeah, that moment was a big hurdle, and we had to hit pause and regroup and say, what are we going to do? And then it was my frog ate my homework, kind of playing on my dog ate my homework, and I was like, I don't know. I feel like this isn't working as a story engine. Is how we're going to see how many episodes. So we really kept working it, and then so it will work if it's part of something bigger. So that's how it was all. That's how it became a universe, and then we decided to follow all the other characters and their storylines as well, and even like the antagonists, Rona and Kona, the twins. I was talking to Larit the other day, and I was telling her, I'm like, I cannot wait to tell their storyline, to explore their perspective.
So
Yeah, we're gonna get to see all the kids in Mr. Gilbert's class. We might, Yakono can have his own spin-off. Mr. Gilbert himself. Yeah, Mr. Gilbert's inner life, the teacher. He's such a sweet character. And then so it's been a great journey. It's been a journey, but it's been a great one. Yeah.
It's so interesting because you can do so much. And right now it's on the website. Is this coming out as a published graphic novel too?
Yes. Yeah. So it'll be, we'll have digital copies, and then we'll also have printed paperback and hardback. Yeah.
Do you know when those are coming out? I would absolutely love to order one. This is so amazing.
Actually, the best way to order it is to order it on the Kickstarter right now, which not only helps us.
Oh, that's right. I didn't look at that. Okay, I'm going to make sure I go and look at that after this, because that's so cool. Oh my gosh.
So we have a Kickstarter. The publishing world has changed so much in the last decade, just with the advancing of technology. So we explored that route, and that self-publishing seemed like the best avenue for us, not to mention retaining the rights and the story. And we know we're going to be pivoting into television with this. So Larit, again, was like, I have a vision. This is what we're doing. She, founded her own publishing entity, and we're going through Larit and with Larit. So we launched a Kickstarter, not only, to help us market the story, but also to engage with our audience early. And that is how you can order the book.
I'm going to do it through there after this. I am so excited. I absolutely love it on the website. Oh my gosh. What is the website for everybody that's listening so they can go and see it?
I think the link to the Kickstarter is on our website, which is 101RY.
Perfect.
Just double check. So the Kickstarter is, kickstarter.com projects 101RY. Would be how to get there otherwise. And you can follow us. We're on, Instagram at 101RY. We're on Facebook at the same handle. Yeah.
I'm going to go and follow you guys. I'm so
Thank you. Please follow us. Yeah. And if we understand, asking people to contribute to the Kickstarter, not everyone can contribute, but please follow us and join. And you're going to get to see. Yeah, you're going to get to see some cool animation and hear from all of us, all the creators, if you're just following our content, which is exciting. So
yeah, I just went and followed, and I'll share this as well. What is next for you, Peyton? What's coming up?
Hopefully we're just deep in the trenches of more books and more TV shows. This is what I'd love to be doing for the next few years. Yeah. I'd love to be doing this for the next few years. I do a lot of story consulting and advising on scripts, live action animation, whatever the story is. I really enjoy helping other writers elevate their scripts to the best possible version it can be. So that's something I enjoy tremendously. I usually have a few clients at a time. Other than that, I'm out pitching, a horror film. I'm out pitching a pilot. So you
That is
know, you're
so
always
cool.
always, you know, banging down the door, but I've been really lucky to have, you know, consistent team, consistent home, consistent work for the last few years. So
I think that's so incredible. And I'm so excited for our 100 Reasons Why for the graphic novel to come out and see
mhm.
that.
Really hope that, you know, parents and kids alike enjoy our stories as much as we do. We've had so much fun writing them, and I think that comes in
Yeah.
and illustrating them. I think that comes through on the page.
Oh,
And this is
absolutely.
really like this is just such a love letter to all kids who are maybe struggling with something, you know, who but they have, you
Exactly.
know, you get to be the hero in your own story if you
Yeah.
take ownership of your story. So I hope it empowers kids to not think of the hurdles that they're struggling with as setbacks, but as stepping stones, as launch pads to something great that they can be. So
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I love that. And I love the graphic novel. And I think it's going to do that. I'm definitely
I
going to
hope
be
so.
sharing it and be sharing the link for it. Peyton McDavitt, thank you
Awesome.
so much for being here today.
Lisa, thank you for having me. It's been such a pleasure.
Oh my gosh, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. My name is Lisa Tchaikovsky, and this is the No Limits Podcast with Lisa. If you'd like to come on, you can email me at lisa@lisaj.net.